In this lesson, we're going to look at our first Java client against a REST-style service. And in fact, the REST-style service is going to be the e-commerce service from Amazon. We've talked about that service before. This is the web service counterpart to the e-commerce website that is so familiar. Indeed, we're going to look at two clients against the e-commerce service. These clients are packaged in executable jar files. The first is called Amazon1.jar. The second is called Amazon2.jar. These are included in the working files. The working file you're looking at right now is called AmazonSetup.txt. You'd execute these jar files in the standard Java fashion. So from the command line, you would do java-jar Amazon1.jar, and then you need two command line arguments. The first is called an access ID. The second is called a secret key. So let me explain those very quickly. In order to run these programs, you're going to need to be registered with Amazon. You may have registered already and have these credentials. If not, you see the URL aws.amazon.com. So registration is free, but you need the access ID and secret key. The short version of the two is this. The access ID is your numeric identifier. The secret key itself is not sent over the wire in a request. Instead, the secret key is used on the client side to generate a hash value that is sent as part of the request. Amazon, of course, has a copy of your secret key, and it tries to generate exactly the same hash value. If so, it respects the request. If not, it rejects the request. We'll talk about that a bit more later. The first client, Amazon1.jar, does a so-called item lookup operation against a Harry Potter book. The application has hardwired in it the numeric identifier for this book and basically asks Amazon, do you have this book? If so, please send me the information about it. If the request is successful, the client gets back an XML document. Here's a part of it. So we're now looking at another working file. This is called AmazonResponse.txt. If you run the client, you'll see the full XML document. This has been edited for readability. What you see at line 1 is the so-called item ID for the book in question. So you see the value there, 0545, and so on. And then down here at line 2, you see so-called item attributes. This is the information that the first client is interested in. In particular, the first client is going to extract the author's name from this XML document. And as you can see, starting at line 4, there's other information as well. Product group, title, and so forth. The first client extracts the information by doing an old-fashioned XML parse. We'll see the details in the next lesson. The second Amazon client takes a more sophisticated approach. It uses the JAX-B libraries in order to avoid an XML parse. But we'll get to those topics shortly.